he he's retired with the Tupelo Police Department since 2000, and since at least that time has been the historian at the Elvis Presley birthplace. So he does a great job of working with the city of Tupelo and the birthplace, telling the story of Elvis Presley, particularly Elvis the Boy here in Tupelo. And that's a great part of who we are as a city, without even taking into consideration the huge economic impact that the birthplace and Elvis Presley related tourism has on the city of Tupelo. It's estimated that about 100,000 people a year come to Tupelo just because of Elvis Presley. So that's a big part of the city of Tupelo, and the Elvis experience is made possible by people like Mr. Guy Thomas Harris. It was suggested that I give Mr. Harris a key to the city tonight, and I want anybody here and folks at home to know the reason he's not getting a key to the city is because he already has a key to the city. And I didn't know, what would you do with two of them? So at this time, it's my honor and privilege to issue the following proclamation on behalf of the city of Tupelo. Whereas Guy Thomas Harris was the childhood best friend of Elvis Presley, and he has dedicated his life to preserving the legacy of Elvis Presley as an ambassador for both the Elvis Presley birthplace and the city of Tupelo. Whereas he has served as the official historian for the Elvis Presley birthplace, giving countless hours to authentically depict Elvis's childhood in Tupelo, and he continues to faithfully tell the Elvis Tupelo story to fans, journalists, and visitors from all over the world. Whereas his passion for keeping the memory of his best friend alive has both inspired and captivated all who have had the honor to hear his stories of growing up with Elvis Presley here in Tupelo. Therefore, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Tupelo, and on behalf of the Tupelo City Council and all citizens hereof, I hereby honor Guy Thomas Harris on this day, June 19, 2008, and ask all of our citizens to do the same. Thank you, Mr. Harris, for all that you do.
Thank you, Mayor. It was just about in this area in 1953. Odell Clark, myself, and Elvis was at the fair. Nobody knew who Elvis was. The year before, there was one person that asked me, called me to the side and asked me, he said, "Who's that guy with y'all?" I said, "Well, that's Elvis Presley. The boys raised with me and Odell in East Tupelo." Well, in that night at the fair in 1953, between the end of the grandstand that faces south and the merry-go-round, a friend of Odell walked in and started talking with him. Well, Elvis and I just stepped to the side, and I said, "Well, buddy, what you been doing?" He said, "Well, I tell you, Guy," he said, "I stopped with that Sun Records the other day and talked to him about maybe making a record." And I said, "Well, what did your mother and them think of it?" And he said, "Well, she thought it was great." And I said, "Well, do you know the name of it?" And he said, "Yeah, that's All Right, Little Mama." And I said, "Well, naturally, that'd be all right with Little Mama, or you wouldn't be doing it to start with." And, so we left it like that. And July the 5th, 1954, that record was released. So everybody knows about it now.
I think I forgot to mention it too, Mr. Harris just turned 80 years young this past Saturday.
That's right.
Happy birthday.